Hi everyone, Radhe Radhe. In this video, we're going to be doing chapter 13, verse 35. This is the last verse of the chapter, so we're about to end this. We're going to start chapter 14 in the next video. This is awesome. We have done one chapter out of the last 6 chapters of Gyan Yoga, basically. Okay, so let's do our prayers and then we'll sing the verse together. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Dear Bhagwan Shri Krishna, please help us understand this the summation of chapter 13, and please help us intensify our attachment to you in a very deep way. It is just a few days before Janmashtami. It is Wednesday today, August, I think 21 or something, and Janmashtami is on Monday, just a few days away. Please help us use this opportunity of the day that you came to earth to help us attain you, to help us understand you. Please help us use this day to these days, this last week leading to Janmashtami, to help us understand your words, understand what you're saying, and understand it not just intellectually, not just Gyan, but Vigyan, understand it in a realized way, so that we are absolutely certain that there is no question in our heart, that there is no confusion. Okay. So what I've noticed over the last many months, maybe a year or so, is that many people in the temple even don't believe in reincarnation in a real way. In the sense that people talk about psychological issues stemming from the first 7 years of our lives, or of our childhoods, or this lifetime. And when I say no, our psychological issues and our anarthas, our problems, stem from gazillions of lifetimes. When we first came to earth, sure, we were at 0, which was whenever, but even in the middle, when we're going in and out through Mahavishnu and everything, we are still carrying all of those anarthas with us, and we're carrying our karmas with us, and we're carrying the subtle body with us. So it's not, we're not starting from 0, but people are like, no, when we if we are on this earth, then we start from 0. And if you're in a relationship, some people have such weird notion sometimes, that if you have not had a relationship in this lifetime, then you're at 0, then you're not at negative, you don't have any baggage, you're clean. And it's only when you have relationships that you get messed up, because the relationships mess you up. And I'm like, that's the complete opposite. And they fundamentally believe it. And even after I tell them, like, no, this is coming, we have 30 miles of anarthas, and this is coming from past lives. We all come with baggage. Nobody comes with perfection. Nobody comes from 0. Nobody comes from a clean slate. Every single human being has baggage, and that's coming from past lives. But even then, they're like, no. I have baggage because I have been in whatever excuses they have. I have been in relationships. That's why I have baggage. Or I am this because that's why I have baggage. But this person should not be like that because they are clean and they should be perfect. And I'm like, no, my goodness. So I'm finding it, and then when I say, some people, there was this this wonderful, beautiful lady today speaking about how her journey was into Krishna consciousness, and how she had this just intense distaste and dislike for meat, and she would scream and cry, and she would not want to eat the meat. And there was one point when she actually just said, no way, I'm not going to do it, even as a child. But before that, she would just have this, and I was like, that's coming from past life, right? She had this thing, so that is proof. And then she had other things as well, where she's going to a different meeting. She's going to a Brahma Kumari meeting, and they're asking, what do you want to become? And in the Brahma Kumari meetings, they were thinking that in Satyug, you can become Radha and Krishna. So everybody's hands went up that you're going to become Radha Krishna. She said, I want to become the servant of Krishna. And this was so shocking at that time because she didn't know this concept of that we are all servants, eternal servants of Krishna. She had not learned any of this. She was part of Brahma Kumari. And all her relatives and everybody was like, you are just insulting us. You are, you whatever. I mean, but where did that come from? How did she know that? It came from the past life, right? But when I said this, some other people were laughing, and it's just like a weird kind of thing that it's like not obvious to many people that we have past lives and that we're bringing things from past lives. And so I would encourage you to think about this, to contemplate about this, and to understand this, because this is the first stage of understanding this entire 13th chapter and the chapter 2 as well, the soul study chapter, that we are a soul and we are bringing all of this subtle body from past lives. That's why everybody is born in different parts of the world. That's why everybody is born with different things. Some people are born in homes where they're literally at the age of 3. I know somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody who was at the age of 3 helping her dad package drugs because she was born in a drug peddler's home, and then she became a devotee afterwards. But why her there, and why me in a good family, where a Hindu family, and why somebody else who has never heard of Krishna, and why all of that, right? It comes from past lives, it comes from past karmas, it comes from, and we do have a lot of say even in our current karma. And I can speak about that in some future video, but we do have a lot of say even in our current karma. The karma only affects us to a certain extent. The karma, okay, let me just speak about it. It's quick. I'll be quick. The karma only says you will get cancer in this lifetime. But if you have made choices in this lifetime to eat healthy all of your life, that cancer is not going to affect you too much, and you will be able to overcome it quickly. If you have not made good choices in this lifetime, then that cancer will affect you and you may die like earlier or whatever. So the karma is not saying this is the amount of pain you are going to have. The karma is saying this is what is going to happen to you, and based on your current life choices, you are going to have less or more pain based on that. So you have a lot of responsibility in this lifetime, which is extremely scary. On the one, it may sound extremely scary, but it is actually extremely empowering, because you do have control, you do have choice over, you have a free will about how you use your life. And then the second thing that I wanted to say is Radhanath Maharaj was talking about this yesterday. I mean, I heard it yesterday in a lecture that he shot just a few days ago about Balram Purnima, because it was Balram's appearance day a few days on Friday. Today is Wednesday. He was saying that yes, we have tamasic, we have rajasic, and we have sattvic. There's 3, but these are all modes of material nature, and it is very, very important that for us to get to sattvic mode, which is difficult. It is not easy. Chaitanya Charan Prabhu had said this earlier. It is a very, very big difference to be in tamasic mode versus being in sattvic mode. Huge difference. Each of these modes is a huge difference. But once we get ourselves into sattvic mode, then from there it is also very, very important for us to move beyond that and go to transcendental mode. Somebody was saying today it's called the golden shackles to be in sattvic mode. So yes, we should immediately move to the transcendental mode, because it is very much possible to fall from the sattvic mode based on just association. If you have bad association, you can easily fall to rajasic and tamasic again. So it is very important to bring yourself to sattvic and then move beyond that to transcendental mode. Okay, let's sing the verse together. Kshetra kshetragya yorevam antaram jnana chakshusha bhuta prakriti moksham cha ye viduryanti te param. Those who see with eyes of knowledge the difference between the body and the body, knower of body, kshetra and kshetragya, can also understand the process of liberation from bondage and material nature, attain the supreme goal. So once we know the difference between the soul and the body, and we can understand the process. So first of all, we need to know that there is a difference between the soul and the body. This is what I was talking about right now. that we need to know that we are bringing things from our past lives, that all of our psychological problems are not just happening because of the first 7 years of our current life. It's happening from before, and that we don't lose things, right? This is what this beautiful lady expressed, like it showed us by example, that she knew that she was the eternal servant of Krishna because she had brought it from the past life. So you don't lose it. You don't start from scratch. When you make progress in this lifetime, you will take that with you to the next lifetime, and you will start from there. You don't have to start from scratch. So so those who can know the difference between the body and the soul, that's step one. Step two is understand the process of liberation from bondage and material nature. The process of liberation is, of course, there are many stages of bhakti, and 9 stages of bhakti, starting with Adho Shraddha, which is faith. Faith in what? Faith in Shastras. Attain the supreme goal. So you understand the process of liberation, which is the 9 stages of bhakti. Or there are 4 different types of yoga, and you can do the Gyan yoga to get to Brahman, and Ashtanga yoga to get to Paramatma, but I'm talking about Bhakti yoga to get to Bhagwan. So when we understand the process of liberation, then we attain the supreme goal. The process of liberation is those 9 stages of Bhakti and chanting of the Mahamantra. Chanting of the Mahamantra is the core of that. So the purport is that one should know the distinction, and one should also, as described in verses 8 through 12, we should know the process of liberation. Okay, so maybe there is a specific thing that okay, and then we should have good association. Sadhu Sangha is the next stage of bhakti. Adho Shraddha is the first stage. So, and then accepting a spiritual master and following the instructions, doing service, doing deity worship. There's all kinds of things that we can do. Okay, and then what he says here, so when we should understand that we're not this material body, and seek the path of spiritual enlightenment. All activities of the material nature are the field. The Paramatma and the Atma are the 2 knowers of the field. Through the eyes of the knowledge, one who knows the difference between the Kshetra and the Kshetragya, according to the processes written in this chapter. So I should look through at 8 through 12, as well as about the liberation of all living entities being attached to the matter, easily understands Bhagwan, who is the supreme reality. Thus, amongst the 2 knowers of the field, Kshetragya, basically the soul and the super soul and Bhagwan, and Jivatma, and the Kshetra is the material amongst the 2 of the Jivatma. The Jivatma accepts the nature of the Kshetra. Okay, so this with this we end chapter 13. Wish you a day filled with lots and lots and lots of Krishna's grace. As Janmashtami is coming up, please intensify your service. I went to the temple today and I did 5 hours of service. It was glorious, making laddus for Bhagwan Shri Krishna. Please go to the nearest temple if you have the opportunity to. If you don't have the opportunity to, go to the temple and do service, and serve whoever you are with. Serve whoever you're with at home, serve your family, or chant. Just increase the amount of chanting you do, increase the amount of hearing you do, hearing lectures, studying the Gita, whatever it is. Just increase the amount of intention you put into it until Monday, until Janmashtami. Okay, so wish you a beautiful day. Radhe Radhe.